What is it? Okay. That normal color? That's good enough color. What is going on, guys? And welcome to a new podcast. The audio sounds good. I was just checking it real quick. I always do my checks to make sure before I start that we're not having any issues. I've learned that the hard way over the years doing this. So I actually wasn't planning on doing this. Let me see here. I want to check something real quick. Still working with my other camera here. It's it's all I got right now. Okay, maybe I'll invest in a different one later in the future. This thing is the worst sometimes. Let me tell you. Yeah, focus, you annoying thing. Uh, Shout out to Smoothie. He convinced me to do this today. I wasn't sure if I was going to. But he wanted me to talk about Avengers Doomsday because he wanted to talk about all the rumors and the leaked things that are coming out of it. So I figured, hey, speak of the devil, there's Smoothie. How you doing, buddy? So here we are. Oh, it's Dino Thunder. Man, you guys go through different names more than I do. I think I've only ever had the name I usually have. I just made it longer. I just made it longer to type essentially. But yeah, no. To be fair, I've thought about rebranding and name changing recently too. So I can understand the change. I'm now officially a Fantastic Four channel, so that's why I changed it. Really, that's weird. Is there really that much Fantastic Four stuff to talk about? If I'm being quite honest. But yeah, no, I am glad you got me out here. I have been wanting to do something for you guys for a while. I just wasn't sure what I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna make videos talking about like Spider-Man and stuff, but because we got a new poster, I actually do have as part of the thumbnail for the video. So I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit because they're trying to like replicate I feel like they're trying to replicate those like Sam Raimi ones where like they got like the reflection of villains in the eyes and stuff, but it's a little messy though. I could barely tell what was in it, like what it was. Cause my brother had to tell me it was Scorpion and the other one was like the city or something. I don't know. Oh yes, there's a storyline where Johnny has an egg baby and it's revealed the egg isn't even his. So what do you talk about the comics? Because it sounds like that's a comic thing. If you do, cool. I have thought about talking about like comics like Spider-Man comics, but I never knew if anybody was interested in that stuff. Yeah, comics, that's a good idea. Sean Fleming gonna watch the Masters of the Universe trailer tomorrow. Oh yeah, my brother showed me that. He showed me the teaser for that. I hope and my response to him was, man, I really hope this is not going to be like another Guardians of the Galaxy thing. You know what I mean? Like if it felt a little Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know who's directing the movie though. I'll wait till the trailer comes out tomorrow though to like kind of have my opinions of it or whatever. So there's that. But yeah, no. Smoothie. So about Toby fighting the X-Men. That's honestly a wild surprise as a Toby fan. Not mad about it. It's just a wildly unexpected. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say about that because that's the whole reason why I'm here in the first place to talk about this. Look, if Tobey Maguire Spider-Man really is in Avengers Doomsday, fine, but do not kill him off. Don't do anything crazy. Don't try to destroy his timeline or anything like that. Don't do that. If you don't do that, then I don't mind him being in it. That's my line with it at this point. But I don't know. It's weird. It is weird though that they would put him in it because you'd think they would just put Tom in there, but I guess Tom's too busy with the other movie or with the other with what he's going on with right now, so he doesn't technically fit into that. So it's just they could have did Andrew. No, we're gonna do Toby. Like, oh, okay, cool. I guess just don't do anything shock value because you guys remember. Speaking of comic books, the thing with comics is, especially with comics these days, is they like to go for shock value. That's why I kind of stopped reading them recently, because there's a lot of comics that try to go for shock value, especially if the interest in the book start to dwindle down. So you'll see characters die off or things like that, or just crazy things will happen. So that's why, I feel like Marvel, Disney's kind of in this phase where they're trying to go for this shock value and try to get people's attention. Because let's be honest, we all know that Professor X is gonna die for the fifth, sixth freaking time. We all know that the X-Men's probably gonna get all wiped out because fuck you, Fox. I guess that's what Disney's like, but which would suck because I don't want to see that. And I'm really sick and tired of seeing Cyclops get off so easily. But yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to talk about the Avengers stuff, is because it's just speculation. We've seen some set photos. We've seen some of them aren't even real. We've seen, concept art and stuff like that, but I'm waiting for an actual trailer. I'm always like that, where I'm waiting for the actual trailer and stuff. I just realized YouTube has a commenter thing, like a first and second commenter thing. That's kind of cool, and a third one too. Honestly, that's kind of a nice way to keep track of some of y'all. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. Good job, YouTube. Sean Fleming, same guy who made Bumblebee. Ooh. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. Dankness. Yo, what's good, Mike? Not much, man. What's up with you? Sean, I've been reading that people who are trying to say that what the movie's about, it's not true. All the leaks are fake. Yeah. Again, that's why I didn't really want to talk about it, because I was like, what am I going to say? Am I going to just sit here and talk about how funny and stupid some of these leaks are? Like, oh man, I can't wait for Spider-Man to swoop in and just beat the shit out of Doomsday or Doom. Like, I can't wait for Cyclops to just melt Doom's face off with his eye beam. Like, what am I expecting? Like, what am I supposed to say? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even people like, oh man, we're gonna have this character in it, we're gonna have that character in it, we're gonna have this. It's like, okay. First of all, the concept art, one of them had She-Hulk in it, and She-Hulk's not going to be in it because she doesn't want to be in it anymore. So she's not in it. So that concept art's not going to work anymore. So that's what I'm saying. Like even from the official stuff, it doesn't mean that's what it's going to look like. Not even the official stuff means what it's going to be at this point. So I don't know. Again, it's just kind of me shrugging my shoulders and be like, okay, well, whenever you guys want to put out the trailer, be my guest. Same thing with Spider-Man. I've been waiting for the Spider-Man one. We got poster now, so that's cool at least. Dankness, real. I'm sure his universe is getting destroyed, sadly. It better not. Smoothie, I heard him and Doc Ock are teaming up against the X-Men. Yeah, but why though? Like, where is this coming from? Sean, what if they're saving them for Secret Wars? That's what people thought they were going to do. They thought they were going to throw Toby in Secret Wars. They thought they were going to do Tom in Secret Wars, which that could still happen, but I don't know if he wants to keep doing Spider-Man at this point. I think Tom's out, guys. I think Tom's done. I think he's done after the Brand New Day. At least that's what word on the street is. Word on the street is Tom Holland might be done with Spider-Man after Brand New Day, which would be really annoying Because it's like, okay, so now we're gonna have a fourth Spider-Man then after him, which obviously would happen, but I don't know, man. We've gone through so many Spider-Mans at this point. I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating. And now they're just going back to Toby recently, especially if it's true that he's going to be in this. The rumor is that the X-Men destroying Toby's universe right after the TVA pulls Toby out to save his life. Oh, fuck that. I'll be so angry. I will be so angry. Because that means everyone's dead. Everyone's gone. Everyone from that would just be dead. That would be so depressing, man. I'd hate that so much. I will be angry. Sean, I heard we're gonna get an actual trailer at the Super Bowl. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that happening. Dankness, it's bro, I don't know. What they did to my name. Okay. Spider-Man Tobey Maguire fan. I'm excited for Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Tom Cruise Superior Iron Man, and Captain America Thor, Fantastic Four. We need Blade, Elektra, Daredevil, Ghost Rider. I would love to see Ghost Rider. It sucks that Nick Cage doesn't want to do Ghost Rider anymore. I really like, say what you will, I liked his Ghost Rider. I did. Like maybe it's because it's the only one that I really got with Johnny Blaze, I mean, but like I don't know. There are a lot of characters I want to see come back. Ghost Rider is one of them. Sean, She-Hulk actress is fired from Marvel. Yeah, well, that's too bad. Dankness, what's your thoughts on all the Doomsday scenes they've shown? I don't know. I mean, I mean, I've heard the movie's going to be like 3-4 hours. That's what I heard. It would make sense for it to be about 3 hours, though, because if they really are going to make this movie big like that, and they're going to have all these characters in it and stuff, then it would just be a lot to have to film and to show off and stuff. So yeah, I can see like 3 hours being the mark then at that point. So my thoughts are, kind of mid. I don't really know how I feel about it yet. My thoughts are, I'm kind of waiting for more, honestly. Smoothie, the rumor is all over the Twitter and YouTube. Of course it is. Sean, then comes in Miles. You're right, actually. Why would they do Peter again? Why won't they just do Miles? Because you got guys like me who's like, oh yeah, you're gonna just do a fourth Peter Parker Spider-Man, right? I can see, especially Disney Marvel. I can see them trying to do that. Boxer, Dario, how do you? Oh, you're talking to him. Smoothie, thoughts on MJ getting a new boyfriend in Brand New Day? I think it's funny. They're gonna do the Paul method. Ah, yes, his arch enemy Paul has come back. Dankness, so the universes may get restored in Secret Wars. I don't know, man. I have no idea what's gonna happen at this point. Smoothie, I really hope we get see Toby, Logan, and Johnny team up as a trinity. Yeah, if Chris even wants to do Johnny again, because remember we saw Johnny get a little what's the word I want to use here? He shaved off a little bit of pounds. You know what I mean? A little bit of skin routine. Sean, the Ghost Rider from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was good. Yeah, but I'm not a fan of what's his name? They're trying to make him like it's another one of those trying to make him like the new Ghost Rider thing. What was his name? I don't even remember his name. Was it Robbie Reyes? Is that what his name was? The guy with the Ghost Rider with the car. Like he had the car, but like the spirit, this like the spirit of vengeance. It's not even the spirit of vengeance. I think it's like the spirit of his like uncle or something. It's really stupid. It's not the same thing. So why would it be a Ghost Rider? The Spirit of Vengeance is like one specific thing. So I always never liked it because I was like, okay, well, it's not even the Spirit of Vengeance. It's a completely different thing. You know what I mean? That's why I never understood that. It was I never I always thought it was dumb. I'm a Johnny Blaze guy all the way. Uh Smoothie, imagine if MJ's new boyfriend is Paul. It is Paul. That's what I'm telling you. He's got to show up. He's got to. You don't understand. It's a canon event. Now, Dankness, have you heard of the writer of The Flash is writing Brave and the Bold? Oh. Is he? Ugh. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Sean, now remember MJ is not real Mary Jane. I know. I just thought it was funny. Smoothie, I mean, if Toby's universe is going to get destroyed, they really can't use Miles there. True, but, it's still dumb, I again, if you're going to put Toby in it, do not do anything drastic. Just have Doom send him back and, like, close a portal or something, and then he's stuck. Because what's Peter going to do? Let's say Peter is, fighting Doom, and, like, Doom just says, fuck this, I can't beat this guy. Throws his ass in a portal and sends him home. And it's like, well, what's Peter going to do? He doesn't know anyone. Well, I guess Dr. Octavius might be able to make a portal to come back. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, we can sit here and we can speculate till the cows come home. You know what I mean? Sean, I can see MJ's new boyfriend being Harry Osborn. No, I don't see it happening. It'll probably be just some, like, it'll probably just be some random guy. It probably won't even be really a serious thing. Who knows? I mean, I have no idea. Dankness, every universe is getting destroyed. Ugh. That's really dumb, man. Doom, it's funny that they're doing Doom because, like, man, there was. Can I talk about that? About how there was just no buildup at all for this, and now we're just gonna, like. That's what I mean by shock value. Yeah, like all the universes are gonna get destroyed. Shock value. That's shock value. That's by definition shock value. like it just is. It's just to get me all ruffled up, or to get me like, oh no, like it's just frustrating. It's the same thing they do in comics. It's the same thing they're gonna try to do in the movies now because they're out of ideas. He has to create Battle World for Secret Wars. I don't know, man. Sean, I want to see Doom rip out the entire body of Thanos at the beginning of the movie. Well, that's rated R then. Damn. Sean's like, I want rated R. I mean, that's shock value. See, that would be shock value. It's by definition shock value. Look, I'm not saying is like, oh, Doom shouldn't be a threat. Of course, Doom should be a threat, right? He should be a villain who's like super a problem for everyone. He's very smart, very intelligent, and he's supposed to be this very, very difficult opponent. But the problem was there's no build up to him. They skipped Kang because of all this stuff that happened with that dude. Because that was what they were gonna do. They were gonna do Kang, and then they're probably gonna do Doom or something else. But now they skipped Kang, so Kang at the beginning. You want to know what I think? I think if they do talk, they have to talk about Kang, right? So the first thing that you're probably gonna see is Doom killing off Kang or something. I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. to kind of like show off the threat of how big of a deal he is. But I don't know. It's gonna be an uphill battle for Marvel because they did not set him up in any way, shape, or form. The only people who know who the hell Doctor Doom is are comic book readers like myself and even people who are vaguely familiar with those older Fantastic Four movies or cartoons. And they're gonna have to sit there and explain his whole like reasoning and why he's doing what he's doing. Why did he take the kid in at the end of the Fantastic Four movie? I don't know. Are you gonna explain that? Like, there's a lot of things that they have to do. This is an uphill battle for Marvel for sure. They're gonna and Disney. They're gonna have to sit there and come up with this whole background story. That's probably gonna be a good 30, 40 minutes, and then they're gonna have to sit there and they got all these other characters, and that's gonna be like an hour, 2 hours. It's gonna turn to like 3 hours, and it's just gonna be a lot, man. It's just gonna be a lot. Honestly, I wonder if the pacing of this movie is gonna be a lot like Infinity War. I can see it being a little bit like Infinity War, where like it's just kind of like fight, 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 you know? I could see that happening a lot. Because I think this is supposed to be a two-parter, right? I think it is. I think it's supposed to be a two-parter. Kind of like Endgame, how like Infinity War and Endgame was. Yeah, so they'll probably do that too. They'll probably do all the shock value shit, and then like the next movie, they'll like bring everybody back and then they'll be Doom or something like that. I don't know. I can see that happening too. But then again, if they do that, then that's just them repeating themselves, which is, I can see that happening too, you know? Oh boy. Smoothie, Paul is showing up in Brand New Day. Play once in a lifetime. Sean, but what if Doom is on that spacecraft? It's a Fantastic Four. Well, I don't know. I mean, are we gonna pick with with Doom? Are we gonna pick up right where he left off and kind of like him on the ship and like kind of them explaining like what he's doing and why he's doing it, and then kind of move forward, or are they gonna just because we don't know how it's even gonna start, right? Smoothie, Peter and Paul gonna fight over MJ while the song plays. Sean, you're gonna have to recast Kane because the guy who played him got in legal trouble. Yeah, I know. And you know what's funny? You know what's funny though? The dude was innocent. The dude didn't even do it. He did not beat his girlfriend, which was what the whole thing was about. That because those are like allegations or whatever. And they proved it in a court of law that was completely untrue. So instead of them trying with Kane again, they're going to just move on, which is very frustrating because Kane the Conqueror is a big villain. And you're going to just move on from that now? Especially after all this set, you have to do something with him. Even if it is as simple as Doom killing him off or something. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, if I was to like think about what are they going to do, you got to tie up that loose end. You got a loose end at that point. You got to tie it up. So, I mean, if you're trying to set up this whole Doom's this big villain, then you're going to have Doom just kill all the kings and take the power of Kane, especially if he's going to have all this power of time travel and stuff like that, which is essentially what, a big part of this movie is supposed to be is, time and dimensions and all this shit. It's going to just be this big confusing mess, and that's kind of like what I had a problem with Endgame a little bit is because it's like you had all this time travel and all this it's a lot, so we'll see. It's an uphill battle for Marvel for sure. Smoothie, what's your thoughts on the Fantastic Four First Steps movie? I did not watch it. All I know is what the end credit scene was because my brother told me. He watched it, he told me. Dankness, how do you feel about Steve coming back? It's funny because they know they screwed up when they did that. That's what's funny. Because here's the thing. As a company like Disney, Marvel, they know they got to keep them gravy train money going, right? So they're like, okay, well, we'll just use these other characters. And then they were using the other characters, but the problem was they were not writing them correctly. She-Hulk, all these characters that people didn't really care about or didn't really know. You had to have Disney Plus to watch all of it. They were making all the wrong decisions with these characters. There were no movies. So you had this phase of just TV shows, and they were building up to almost nothing. But it was building up to Kang, and then that was going to be like a movie because they set that up with Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then they just kind of like, because of all the legal shit in real life, it fucked up the whole plan. And then they just said, well, fuck this. We're just going to go do Doctor Doom instead. And it's like, what? Really? You're that creatively bankrupt that you're going to just go right to do. And not only are you going to go to Doctor Doom, but you're going to bring back Robert Downey Jr. to be Doctor Doom. And you're bringing back Steve Rogers, Captain America, with Chris Evans. And you're bringing back Chris Hemsworth, Thor. Yeah, by definition, creatively bankrupt. There are other Avengers. There are other Avenger members, by the way. The problem is that you took out all of the, like you took out the big three Avenger characters, but you don't have anyone to replace them. You try to do this with what was his name? Falcon. They were gonna he's gonna be the new Captain America. It didn't work in the comics. It's not gonna work in the movies. No matter how much they like the guy. It didn't work. It just didn't work. And then not only did it not work, then you had all these people who were bad at writing and bad at directing. You know what Marvel's problem is right now? Marvel's problem is writing and directing. The directors are all doing their own thing. A few years ago, there used to be this kind of like they all kind of had an idea of where their movies need to go at the end of the movie and the direction it needs to go. But now it's like everyone's just kind of doing their own thing. And because everyone's doing their own thing, there's no real setup. And because there's no real setup, you get this mess where it's like, now you got to bring back the Russo brothers to make the next Avengers movie. And what sucks even more is they're looking at what they have for characters they can use, and they're probably looking at it and they're being like, who are these people? We can't use any of this. We can't use She-Hulk. We can't use Moon Knight. They couldn't use Moon Knight. We can't use, there's no big names here. So they're like, well, screw it. We'll bring back Captain America and Thor. And it's like, okay. And then we'll bring back Robert Downey Jr. to be Doctor Doom. Why? Because he's a big name? They are riding on Robert Downey Jr.'s performance of Doctor Doom to save them from their financial struggles right now. And that's what's so sad. Because had you have just wrote it to the point where they could come back and be like, well, because there's Thor. Yes, that guy just can't. The guy just commented, good, thank you. That's what I meant. Thor never left, right? Thor never left. Okay, fine. Thor never left, but he did go to venture off and do whatever because he's not in charge of New Asgard anymore. That's that other chick right now. So Thor could come back. So it's like, okay, cool. Thor's going to come back. I could see that coming. But the way they set up Captain America was like, well, how would Captain America come back? You already set it up to where now he's an old man now. So it's like, okay, so then you're going to go back in time again and you're going to do something that's going to lead to him having to be Captain America. I don't know if it's going to be the same Captain America from that movie or if it's going to be a different one. That's a question. Are we going to get an Iron Man at all? Are we going to get are we just going to get fucking Ironheart? No one's going to be happy if you do that. Like they did oh my God, they did such a bad job setting. I feel so bad for the Russo brothers. They got to sit there and they got to like figure out how to make a good movie with what Disney has fucked up everything with. So that's an uphill battle for them too, man. No wonder why it's taking so long for them to. They're probably, you want to know why? Because they're sitting there and they're still in the writing room. They're like, oh, we got this character, got that character. We're gonna have to try to get this character back somehow. That's gonna be a big headache for us in the story department. It's gonna be a nightmare for them. It's going to be a complete night for them to have to sit there and try to explain and bring back all these characters like Captain America and stuff like that. So it's just going to be crazy, man. Disney has wrote themselves into a corner. They have wrote themselves into a corner. And that's why it's so hard for me to get excited for Avengers Doomsday. Especially if you have rumors of bringing back people like from older movies like Tobey Maguire. Okay, what happened to your fan favorite Tom Holland? Why do you have to bring back my Spider-Man to be in your movie? Because you're going to kill my favorite Spider-Man in front of my eyes, aren't you? Because that's what they do a lot. They'll like bring back the character you like just so that they can kill him off. Thank you, Johnny Storm. You know what I mean? I like that. I really do like that Deadpool Wolverine movie, but I really did not like that scene. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I always did kind of dislike that scene. Like it was funny, but it was also annoying. Most hated BJP. It's a two-parter. Yeah, I figured it was a two-parter. Sean, what if they're going to treat the kids like the Power Stones? Power Stones. I mean, maybe kind of, but it wouldn't be Power Stones. It'd be more like a battery, maybe, or like a tool. Most hated. I think it's also supposedly 3 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah. Sean, yeah, Doomsday is part 1, Secret Wars is part 2. Ah, okay. Dankness, they ruined Kang in Ant-Man already. Yeah. That one quiet kid, there's a rumor of Toby's universe dying in Doomsday. What do you think? I think that would be terrible because that would here's the thing. Sony has to sign off on that. I don't think Sony's going to sign off on that. And if Sony does, then I'm going to chew their ass out. I can tell you that much already. Most hated. Can't exactly blame them for switching Kang, though. Time was running out, and Marvel didn't have time to see how the case would play out. On top of that, people didn't like Kane in Ant-Man 3. Yeah, but still, it's still not a good look. Smoothie, you think Toby and Ock can solo Fox's X-Men? Yeah, like what are you talking about? Most probably not. Most hate. Well, Spider-Man probably can. Most hated. I think half of it was Disney's fault, and half of it was unfortunately circumstances. Yeah, probably. Smoothie. Thoughts on Jean Grey possibly appearing in Brand New Day? I don't know why Jean Grey would be in that though. I think it's really weird and stupid. And by the way, isn't Jean Grey supposed to be an X-Man? So let me get this straight. You're going to have a Jean Grey in Brand New Day, and then you're going to have a Jean Grey, because that's another rumor that they're going to have Jean Grey in Doomsday as well. That's a rumor too, that she's going to be there with them and fighting the Sentinels or whatever. To be fair, Thor has always been back. He's just a dad. Yeah, he's a dad. Smooth. They even whitewashed Doctor Doom by casting RDJ. And that's not the problem though. Sean, look how they ruined the Hulk. Yeah. You know what's funny is, because Paramount still owns the rights to the Hulk, right? I think they still do. They're probably sitting there and they're just like, whenever Disney, whenever your bullshit falls apart and you stop using the Hulk, because that's what they're probably like. They're probably like, you know what, whatever, we get paid, we get to keep the rights, so we don't care. Like it's unfortunate because Paramount did help make that Incredible Hulk movie, but they did not help in Hulk in the future movies because Disney just took control of it. Again, it's Disney's fault. Like Disney, I don't want them having any of these characters anymore. Like they just, it was so bad for them to have them in the first place. At first it was fine, but now it's just kind of turned into a shit show. And then all this talk about them rebooting, because that's the other rumor, is that they're going to reboot after Secret Wars. They're going to reboot. Word on the street is they're going to reboot after that. That's going to be hit or miss, because it's like, do you still not understand what your problem is yet, Disney? It's your writing. It's your directing. It is not the people are just bored or whatever. No, you have wrote yourself into a corner. That's what this happened here. That's why you got to bring back all these actors and all these people we remember and going to give us this, that's why you got to do it, because you don't got another option. That One Quiet Kid, I'm not sure how I feel about Cap being back. I think he had a good ending in Endgame. Yes, Bucky should have been Captain America. Winter Soldier had nowhere to go. Bucky should have been Captain America. Like, Winter Soldier's character had nowhere to go after Endgame. It should have been, Bucky should have been Captain. There's no argument. There's no discussion with me. There's no reason why. That the Winter Soldier has nowhere to go unless he's got Captain America. He's got nothing. At that point, yeah, just have Bucky be Captain America. That was a missed opportunity too. Because we want to do the Falcon as Captain America. Yeah, let's do the idea that didn't work in the comic books. What a great idea. Like, nobody paid it. Like, no, like, just people are stupid, man. Disney's stupid. Marvel's stupid. Smoothie, they should have just bring in Fox as Johnny Storm if they really want Chris Evans in the movie. Yeah. Most hated. I agree. Steve coming back is such an odd choice. They wrote themselves in a wall, but a lot of it was because nobody cared about 70% of the new characters. The OG plan was the younger Avengers and Kang. Yes, that's correct. But yeah, like the problem is nobody cares about the 70% of new characters. and then I think one of them left. So you're really, really screwed now. You have to bring somebody back, right? Sean, are we going to get Captain Carter? Oh, yeah, that too. I don't think so. I think she's fucking dead. Most hated. A lot of it, to be fair, was just unfortunate circumstances. COVID, the passing of Chadwick Boseman, Jonathan Mayer's abuse case, etc. Yeah. Can I talk about that? About Chadwick Boseman? About how, dude, them having Shuri be Black Panther in that Black Panther 2 movie was the stupidest and most disrespectful decision to Black Panther ever. They sat there and they pride themselves about like this Black Panther as a character, but then they turned him into a woman. And it was like, you just couldn't fucking help yourself, could you? Fuck you, Disney. Fuck you. I understand it's unfortunate. It's like, oh, well, we don't want to recast him. That's an excuse. That is a fucking excuse. You could have done a story about like his son, could like a new Avenger, right? Like having the new Avengers, but still being able to have a Black Panther. Maybe it's like a son or something. I think he does have a son in the movie, right? But he's not old enough, right, or something like that. They better do that then eventually, really soon here, because they gotta go back to the way that's supposed to be. But again, it won't matter because they're gonna reboot anyway. So anyway, Sean, is Hugh Jackman coming back with the X-Men? High probability, yeah. It's looking like it. A Smoothie D&W really ruined my goat. Yeah. Sean, it's about the money and FanFest. Yes, it is. Smoothie, I doubt Toby's gonna die. I think they'll have him fight Wolverine throughout the whole movie. Nah, he'll probably fight with Wolverine, maybe. At least that's what some of the fan art I've seen of it was. Dankness, only Sam Raimi himself should determine what happens to the universe. Exactly. Unfortunately, that's Sony's call. Most hated, Toby can't die because Sony said so. Exactly. That one quiet kid. I'm more interested in the Brand New Day than Doomsday currently. I am too, actually. Glad they're gonna do a Spider-Man movie dealing with gangs and stuff. I am kind of excited to see that too. But I am a little disappointed because apparently he's gonna try to get MJ or his MJ back in that movie, and I'm not gonna be happy about that. I understand that Tom Holland and Zendaya are married now, but it's still very annoying because the reason why that ending in No Way Home was so good is because he actually was responsible and he did something responsible for once, and he knew just and being responsible doesn't mean you're gonna like it, right? Like the hard choice was he made a very hard choice, and for him to try to go back on that in the new movie, it's just gonna. I just feel like we're gonna be going backwards. That's why I feel like Brand New Day is like might not be great. It has potential, but it also could go right back to it being a shit show. And I really don't want it to be, but who knows? I don't know until I get a trailer at this point. They're trying real hard. They're doing like the Sam Raimi poster shit where you got, they got the eyes reflecting like the villains and the stuff like that. Like they're doing the stuff that you'd expect, and it's cool. But again, if they're like, yeah, we got Jean Grey in here, Punisher, Hulk, that's just, you got too much going on. Like there's too much going, like you have too many characters, too much going on in this movie. I think he's fighting the Hand too, which is even more like why. Like there's so many like things in this movie that I'm thinking about. I'm like, this is gonna be stupid, isn't it? Like I have no idea, man. Like it's got potential, but it's also got a lot of potential to go back to the same old bullshit that the other two movies were doing at the beginning. I don't know, man. We'll see though. That one quiet kid, Doomsday, has hardly any build up. Yeah, because they're gonna have to do it in like the first like 30-40 minutes of the movie. I can already see it. Dankness, did you see the leaked Brand New Day trailer? Well, if me talking about the Hand was anything to go off of, yes, I kind of did see it. I don't want to talk about it really that much because I don't want to get, DMCA struck or anything like that, because I'm sure they don't even want us to talk about it. But I will say, yes, I did see the leaked stuff. And allegedly the Hand is in it. So, or Spider-Man will be fighting the Hand or something like that along with the Punisher. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It was kind of messy. It was hard to see, but I don't know. Jean, that girl that was casted, her being Jean Grey was not on my bingo card for who she was going to play as, man. I didn't know who she was going to play as, but I did not expect it to be Jean Grey of all people. I can't fucking believe that. Speaking of Smoothie, I heard the redheaded girl is going to play Jean Grey in Brand New Day, and she's the only person who knows Peter is Spider-Man due to her telepathy. Yeah. Because they gotta try to like they gotta pretend you're an idiot, and they gotta try to bring in someone who can like explain it to you if you didn't see the last 3 movies. Uh Most hated, Universal still owns the theatrical rights of Hulk. Oh, not Paramount, Universal. Sorry. I don't know why I was thinking of them. You know why I was thinking of Paramount? I was probably thinking of Paramount because of the deal with WB. That's probably why. That's crazy. That's another crazy thing. Sean, I don't think Sadie Sinks playing Jean Grey. I think she's with the Punisher. Yeah, but still, it's who knows, man. At this point, Boxer, you're so passionate, Michael. That's what I like. That's why I like about this channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am very passionate. uh then again, I feel like my passion these days is kind of dwindled over the years. You know, I'm not like up here like making like 20 rage videos, you know, in like a month, you know what I mean? Like I'm too old for that now. Sean, just like Star Wars, yep. Smoothie, the person who played Ezra Bridger from Ahsoka is gonna play Paul in Brand New Day. The fuck? Dankness, Chadwick's family supporting a recast. Yeah, I am too. I am too. Like, exactly. Most hated. Yeah, recasting was signed off, I think, by his family. Good. Smoothie, Paul is gonna put a stop on Doom. Yeah. Yeah, like the two main villains going at it. He's gonna have that Shaggy energy. You guys remember those old memes with Shaggy? He's got like that aura, as you kids would call it. Dankness, would you be okay with Toby surviving, but his universe doesn't? No, I'd be pissed off. Because that means MJ gone, everybody in that universe gone. Because fuck you, that's why. We're Disney Marvel, we hate you. Same thing with Sony, too. We hate you, too. It's like, oh, really? Huh. That's unfortunate. I don't maybe I don't feel like giving you my money then. Most hated, however, this is very trust me, bro. So take this with a grain of salt. But it's Spider-Man gets super beat up, dies. We just don't know who who was. Most hated, if it's not Toby or Tom, it's probably Andrew, since Sony might not want to use him anymore projects. Yeah, but didn't he say he's not in that movie? Then again, I guess he did say that about No Way Home, so I don't know. Dankness, they should have dropped the MJ stuff and added Gwen or Black Cat and be him. I know. I keep saying, man, they're never gonna do Black Cat ever. Not until we get a based director and a based writer who want to do Black Cat. It's never gonna happen. I don't usually do a lot of casting. Like, I don't usually sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'd have this actor or actress play this character. That's only ever happened to me with Black Cat recently. Like for me personally, if I was in charge of casting Black Cat in a Spider-Man movie or something like that, I'm going with Sydney Sweden. And and before you start laughing and judging me, listen. She has shown me to be very passionate. She has shown me to like actually, care about the source material, which she did when she was doing Madam Web. And I think that she has the look, and I think she can pull off the mannerisms of a Felicia Hardy / Black Cat. I think that she would just be the perfect role for that. I really do. I really genuinely do. And that's very hard. That's very rare when I can look at an actor or an actress and be like, yeah, no, they'd be perfect as this character, you know? But yeah. Yeah, like, you want to do something new, do Black Cat, but they don't want to because they're too afraid to. I blame you, political correctness and Obama. because he's the one who introduced that shit to the populace. But whatever, we're not here to talk about presidents. We're here to talk about nerdy shit. I want political shit out of my Marvel and DC and superhero stuff in general, though. I feel like we all should want that. Smoothie, they should cast Johnny Sins for Chameleon in Brand New Day. I feel like there's always some fucking guy in my comment section who's always like, yeah, we gotta have Johnny Sins in something. It's like, why? Why? Maybe, because I can't think of anyone else for Chameleon. I'm sure I'll come up with someone, though. Sean, is the new Spider-Man movie supposed to lead into the new Shang-Chi movie? I have no idea, actually. I don't even know if any of these movies actually are going to connect anymore. To tell you the truth, I have no idea. Ugh. Shang-Chi. Okay, yeah. Because everyone loved Shang-Chi. Smoothie, you think it would be better if the redheaded girl plays Firestar instead of Jean Grey and plays a new love interest for Peter? Yes! Literally anyone but Michelle Jones or whatever her damn name is. Most hated, would you be okay if they killed off the Sonyverse characters Venom, Morbius, Madam Web? You can kill Madam Web. I don't give a shit. Them and Morbius, though, I feel like they got potential. I wouldn't just off them unless you really don't know what to do with them or you don't want to use them anymore. I don't know. Who knows? Dankness, I told you that casting like 4 years ago. Lol. Yeah, but I actually I actually agreed with it, so that's why I wanted to talk about it. Sean, she got the look and the build. Yeah, she does. Again, another reason why, and again because she clearly cares about getting her character right. So again, because there are a lot of actors and actresses that don't like actually care enough to, it's rare. I feel like it's rare for an actor or an actress to actually care about that type of role. But even a shit show like Madam Web, Sydney Sweeney, like sitting there like fighting to have that upside down scene with her in the web, with the web. Like, it's like the fact that an actress went out of her way to fight for something like comic booky like that. Thank you. I saw the movie. It was still bad, but thank you. Because she cares, right? Like, she cares, like, hey, this is kind of a Spider-Man thing. It should have a little bit more Spider-Man-y type of stuff in here, like upside down webs and stuff like that, hanging from the ceilings and stuff. How do you, Dankness, how do you feel about the Wolverine PS5 trailer? Oh God, we're gonna finally talk about that. Yeah, I never did talk about that, did I? When the trailer dropped. And if I did, I don't remember. It has potential, but there's a lot of red flags, like with Jean Grey and Mystique, because Insomniac. But it's got potential. But again, who knows? I don't know yet. Insomniac. It's very hard for me to be excited because of what happened with Marvel Spider-Man 2. Hell, even Marvel Spider-Man 1, I was like, this is not the direction I want you to go in. But, it was what it was. And then we got the sequel and we're here now. So now they're doing the Wolverine finally. So personally, I would literally prefer anyone else doing that. But, what was their name? Ravencroft or Craft or something like that. The guys who got stuck with fucking Call of Duty after all these years, but because they were making a Wolverine game, but then they had to do Origins because Fox was that with that movie. and they really pushed the M rating stuff. I mean, don't get like there was a little bit of that, but I feel like it wasn't as extreme, in that Wolverine PS5 trailer. You know what I mean? Like he's not like slicing off heads and like slicing off arms and legs. Like I remember I used to sit there, like I used to when I would play Origins, the Wolverine game, and I just like I like to like get their health to a certain point. That way you could just press the Y button or the triangle button. You just do that cool finisher where he would just get the arms off for the legs, and it's like, ooh, like it was brutal. It was brutal. But I don't know, like this. I gotta see more. I need to see more first before it's got potential. That's what I can say about it. But again, Insomniac. So that one, Quiet Kid, how do you feel about the confirmed villains of Brand New Day? Well, I'm glad we're finally gonna get Scorpion. They talked about it in Homecoming, but we never actually got to see them fight. So that'll be cool. But yeah, no, there's not much else for me to really say about that one. Smoothie. Johnny Sins as Paul. Thoughts? Perfect casting. Perfect casting, Mr. Steal Your Girl. Oh no, I'm sorry, Tom. Sean, look what Christopher Reeve did with Superman. Exactly. Pitch perfect. Like I liked the new Superman movie, but again, I still when I think of Superman, I always do think about Christopher Reeve. I really do think he just embodied that character perfectly. In every way, shape, or form. You could say because of the directing, the writing, the acting, probably all the above. Honestly, most hated Wolverine PS5 looks awesome. Was pretty bloody too. Yeah, it was bloody, but you didn't see like limbs coming off a lot. You know what I mean? That's like, cause that very sharp claws. That body part's coming off. I just feel like it's gonna be a little tamed. It's gonna be tamer than that game. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be rated M, but I just feel like it's not gonna be as strong gameplay wise. Maybe not story wise, but gameplay wise, at the very least. Then again, the bar is not very high for the story anyway, because I mean, the Origins game is literally just the movie. So, you know what I mean? So I can't really defend that at that point. The gameplay I can, but story, no. Smoothie, thoughts on Mystique in the Wolverine game? I don't know, man. There were a lot of people talking about it. She didn't look great. She didn't look as good. She could have looked better, but I don't know. We'll see. I really want to see how Jean looks. They better have made her look better because when we got those leaks, man, she looked awful. Insomniac? Why do you hate women? Why are you gay? That's all I have to say. Like, why are you gay? Like Jean Grey is supposed to be like very, very gorgeous. Like Mystique is supposed to be look very good, and they should not look mid. MJ shouldn't look mid. Like there are characters that should not look mid. That is. It's really dumb. It's like, oh, it's a different universe, man. It's like, man, I don't care if it's like a different universe or a different timeline or freaking it's not real. It's a game. It's a movie. It's a comic. It's not real life. Like, why you have to make I'm sick of realism. Like, I don't want realism in my fantasy fiction story superhero shit anymore. I don't want that anymore. I don't care anymore about that. Like, I feel like we're all done with the realism stuff. You know, I feel like realism in video games needs to stop. Like, there are games that can do it and pull it off and do it very well, but there are a lot of games that should not do it at all. Like, superhero stuff should not try to be realistic. They just shouldn't be. Because they're not. It's then none of it is. Like, there is no, you know, anyone with power, superpowers doing the stuff that they do. Like, that doesn't exist. Like, it's just, you know, Dankness, will you play Insomniac Spider-Man 3? I think your real question is, will I play the second one? Because I remember there were a lot of people who used to ask me if I was going to play that one. I did play it, but I didn't play that one on the channel. And no, I don't even know if they're going to make a sequel to that, man. I think Sony's pretty pissed off with how they... Because remember, that one didn't perform as well as the first one. So Sony's probably not happy. They're probably like, you better get that Wolverine shit done quick, which is what they were focusing on. That's why they're probably focused on that right now. So even if they were to make a third one, don't expect that for a long time. But yeah, Smoothie, thoughts on the Spider-Man Noir Amazon show? It looks interesting. I can't believe I live in an age where I got to see Nick Cage play. I got to see Nick Cage play Superman, even though he wasn't in that movie, but he was gonna be Superman. He Ghost Rider, and now he's gonna be Spider-Man. And it's like, or technically he already was Spider-Man because in the Spider-Verse movie. So he's been like 3 superheroes, which is just crazy to me. Like that dude has been a lot of my favorite characters. That's crazy. That One Quiet Kid. Now that the Snyderverse ended, what do you have to say to the Snyder fans? Suck it, fucker. No, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I see videos. I'm scrolling through YouTube. I'll see videos of people talking about. I will see people talking about how it's like Zack Snyder's gonna like bring back the Snyderverse and shit. Bring back Batman. So it's like, no, he's not. Why are you still talking like that and talking about this? Are you insane? Like, you have to be insane if you're still thinking that's going to happen. Why? Because of what's going on with the WB deal right now? That's not... They're just going to reboot again. And then guess what? I'm not going to care. If they reboot again, I'm not going to care. Like, I'm not watching it. I don't care. Same thing. Like, you better do something really cool and really good. Like you better really knock it out of the park with your trailer or movie or whatever the fuck you got in a reboot. Because otherwise, I don't care anymore, man. I am sick and tired of seeing reboot after reboot of DC right now. I'm sick of it. I can't stand it anymore. If they reboot again, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to say that right now. Because, like, there's potential here. And I don't want the potential to be snuffed out because... And I know that Superman didn't make... I know that they did not... I don't even think they broke even with that movie, unfortunately. Which is unfortunate. Because I actually did go to the theater and watch that movie. I spent a lot of money on that. And, yeah, hearing that movie did not make its money back is crazy. I blame it on the marketing, personally. They marketed the hell out of that movie, man. They marketed the hell out of that movie. Then again, maybe it was the Snyder fans, too. They were, like, talking all that shit, and then people didn't want to watch it because it's like, oh, it's just a reboot. Why would I watch another reboot, right? I don't know, man. And it was funny because then there were, like, a bunch of people recently showing, like, off these old, like, photos or like, kind of, like, posters that they were going to use for Man of Steel. And it was funny because it's like Superman and he's like standing, there's like some hole in the in this building, and then there's like the whole city's destroyed and it just has like the Superman symbol, and it's like, what the fuck? The city's leveled. That's not cool. You know, it's like, it's also spoilery because of what happens in the movie, but also it's like, man, like, yeah, cool. I wonder why they didn't use those posters for that movie. You know, God. You know, and Henry Cavill, he was not a bad Superman. It wasn't his fault. He probably could have been a really good Superman. It was Zack Snyder's fault. It was the writer's fault. It was like it, the there was potential there and it was squandered. Even with Ben Affleck as Batman, he actually did a really good job being an older Bruce Wayne / Batman. But again, it got ruined because he wrote him a specific way. He directed him a specific way. Yeah, the fight scenes looked cool. The cinematography looked fantastic. But it's like, Smoothie, imagine aura farming while the city's on fire. Exactly. The city's on fire. Superman, do something. He's like, no, I gotta look cool. Like, it's like, what? Oh, it's so dumb, man. Ay, ay, ay. Smoothie, Johnny Sins a Silver Surfer. Sure. Big silver dick, why not? Just flaunting about. You know, everyone's distracted. Sean, they can bring in the Snyder heroes if James Gunn does a Crisis movie. You know, it'd be really cool if, though, like, I can see them. You know, the only way I can see Henry Cavill coming back as Superman is if they did like a Kingdom Come Superman with him, like an older Superman. That's the only way I can see them doing that. But they already did that with what's his name? The guy in Superman Returns. He did the Kingdom Come Superman, and it looked cool. It looked great. That was in the CW thing they did. It looked cool. It looked really good in the suit. Dankness, did you watch the Stranger Things finale? No, but I heard about how much of a disaster it was. Most hated. The Dark Knight started the realism stuff in the comic books. Yeah, but you could say a lot of movies did. Like Spider-Man kind of did. Blade kind of did. Kind of did. But Dark Knight probably definitely did because of how much that movie tried to be more realistic and with things, but it was not such a big deal though, you know, because that's a movie. I'm talking about a video game where it's like it's a video game, you know. It's not like a movie, right? It's a video game. It's a, you know, like I just don't see the point. Like a movie's a little different, but a game is a game. You know, you're trying to have fun you're trying to play a video game, you're trying to have fun. You're not trying to watch this super serious, realistic movie. You're trying to play this fun, over the top game, which is what that should be. Wolverine especially should be over the top, violent, crazy, like just berserk, right? Like that's what I want. But I don't know if we're going to get that. I don't know if we're going to get Berserk Wolverine. I don't know if we're going to get the insta-kill, slice, every 20 people are dead now thing. I don't know if that's going to happen. Like the super spin attack. He just spins in a stupid circle and everyone gets sliced up. You're like, we're not going to, like, I don't know, man. Because the way the camera angle was, the leaked gameplay, the way he kind of was like a God of War standing, like the way the third person camera was. And like, why can't I just have the camera like in Origins or like in those older God of War games or stuff like that? Why does it have to be this same? Because it's a boring trend, right? Then people get sick of I like third person games. I do. I love I prefer third person games. I'm a big third person game guy, but I do like games that have the camera a bit back sometimes, depending on which game it is, right? Like, Origins Wolverine, the camera was in the perfect spot. Even Spider-Man, the camera's backed up a certain way. It's not like directly behind him like God of War or stuff like that, or Last of Us. It's more backed up. Even in Marvel Spider-Man, the camera's more backed up. It's a perfect camera placement. That's why I don't understand. Like, I hope that the gameplay's better. Like, we did see it a little bit, but I want to actually see the gameplay. Of like what it looks like. Is it improved? Is it better? Is it more than just cinematic shots? Is it actual like fun to play? Like, that's what I care about right now when it comes to the Wolverine game. I mean, it didn't perform well because less people had a PS5 at the time. Oh, yeah, okay. It didn't do well because people didn't like it. If it was really good, people would have bought a PS5, dude. I'll just say that much. Smoothie, Johnny Cage playing superheroes like they're Infinity Stones. Thoughts on the Lantern series? Well, I like that we got both. I love both. I like Jon Stewart and I like Hal Jordan. So it's cool that we're gonna get both. I don't know if the show's gonna be any good, but maybe I'll watch it. Just kind of see what it's like. Have you seen Welcome to Derry? No, I have not. That One Quiet Kid. I hate the Snyderverse so much with it tainting the DC for so long. You know what my problem is with the you know what my problem is with the Snyderverse though, really? Is it's just I was so conflicted with it because it did a lot of things that looked cool, but then it did a lot of things I didn't like character-wise. Like, oh no. What's with my camera? My camera is dying. That was a little freaky. I guess this camera's not used to me filming this long. I'm probably gonna have to get a new camera soon. I don't know. Anyway, what was I talking about? I was talking about Snyderverse. I don't want to talk about that no more. Or Batman casually killing his enemies. Yeah, the whole casually killing enemies thing was really, really bad. I didn't like that. Sean, it's just false story. Zach Dunn, Henry Dunn, Ben Dunn, Gail Dunn, Ezra house arrest. Ezra house arrest specifically. Smoothie, Imagine Aura Farming. Yeah, I read that one. That was a funny one. That One Quiet Kid. I can imagine Mike crashing out if when he sees Superman during the Snyderverse stuff. I'm not crashing out. I'm just like, why aren't you doing this? Go do that. Like, I understand this is your first day on the job, but you got the powers, do something. I wish he saved more people. He didn't save enough people. He saved people, but especially when he had the suit on, I wish he saved more people with the suit on. He saved that one guy when he had the suit on, and then those people when he didn't have the suit on at the beginning of the movie. And the kids on the truck when he was like 5. But I'm saying when he had the suit on, I just wish he saved more people with the suit on. Because that's the point, right? Watching a movie while next to you see someone tweaking out. Yeah, I would probably tweak out a bit. Yeah, just a little bit though. Smoothie, they should cast Henry Cavill as Black Bolt. There's a character that they could do, or did we already get Black Bolt in that one movie? Was Black Bolt in was it Eternals where they had the Inhumans? Or am I wrong? I feel like I'm super wrong. I never watched that movie. Sean, Brandon Ruth. Yes, that was that guy's name for Superman Returns. Boxer, where's Spider-Man known? I don't know. He probably didn't even know I was doing this today. Michael, you're gonna buy the new Wolverine game when it comes out in GTA 6. Well, my brother will probably buy GTA 6. I'll probably watch people play the Wolverine game. Man, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't buy games that are $70. I don't buy games that are $70. If they're $70, I'm like, no. I'll wait for a sale. $70 for me is the line. Like a lot of people these days are saying that $100 is the line for them. Me personally, $70 is the line. I only got one game that was $70, and it was like my first PlayStation 5 game. But besides that, I never bought another game that was $70. Never. I have no intention of doing that. I don't want to do that. So, will you get it when it comes out? Probably not. I'll probably, and if I do, it'll be like under 70 for sure. So I don't know. We'll see. If it's good and I'm like, okay, I'll play it, then I'll buy it. If it's not, well, who knows? Sean, did we need a 4-hour cut of Justice League? According to the Snyderverse fans, yes. That's what they would tell you. To be fair though, the way they did it was definitely not. It was not a bad job because they had intermissions. They had like about an hour or two, and then they'd have an intermission, and they'd be like, "All right, you can pause here or whatever, and go do something or whatever, or just stop here." That's fine, but I don't know. I mean, what would that be like? Like 4 movies in one, essentially, or 2 movies in one. I don't know. Most hated DC rebooting is crazy. Superman did break even. Snyder made a small profit. Yeah, but it broke even, I think, because of the because of it going direct to DVD. We're not direct to DVD, direct to live streaming. Because a lot of people were saying that there are a lot of people saying, "Oh, the movie didn't do so good because it went direct to live streaming." At first, I was like, "Nah, no way." But then after a while, it was like, "Yeah, no, they did they broke even because of that." So that's why they did it. But it is sad that movie didn't break even. Well, it did because of the direct to live, but still, when it was in the box office, I mean. But it was kind of messy. I get it. I reviewed it. I talked about it. It was, I had my opinions. I still liked it overall, but, that's why I hope the second movie is more focused. We already did the world building. Now, can we please have a coherent story that, can we also maybe break the whole, the thing where, if Brainiac's in it, that means it's going to be, a train wreck. Because that was because apparently that's like a weird thing for people where like if it's a movie about Brainiac, it'll like be some type of curse where it doesn't do well or something. I don't know. That's like a weird rumor I heard from people. That One Quiet Kid. Have you seen Invincible season 3? Yes, I have. It was good, very good. I'm excited for season 4. And it's funny for people who don't read the comic books because they're going to be very surprised. People who didn't read the comic books are going to be very. Sean, I can't wait for the new Supergirl movie. Supergirl. I'm not really sure how I feel about the Supergirl thing. I feel like maybe it was the trailer. I don't know, but I'm not really excited for Supergirl. I was, but now I'm just kind of like, I'm not sure. But honestly, even before I saw the trailer, I remember my brother and I was talking about it with my brother, and I was talking about to him. I was like, the Spider-Man Brand New Day and Supergirl coming out the same year, around the same time. Spider-Man's probably going to demolish her. And honestly, even if the movie's not good, let's say even if Spider-Man Brand New Day is not as good as I want it to be, I still think it's probably going to do a lot better than Supergirl, because Supergirl, admittedly, her as a character has never really been able to pull like gangbusters, right? Like she's not like she's part of the Superman family, but I don't know if she's going to be able to really pull in a lot of money, for like it would have to, you know what I mean? It would have to be really like well done and well directed and written, which based off the trailer, I'm not sure. It's one of those wait and see things for me, but I don't know. Oh boy, it's been about an hour. Oh, it's an hour 20. Oh, actually, what time is it? 7 p.m. Ugh. Gotta pick my sister up from work at 8:30. It's fun when you're like the only member of your family who drives besides your parent. Well, I mean, Sean Fleming, have you read Woman of Tomorrow? No, but I heard that a lot of the movie is going to be based off of that, I think. It's going to be talking about like Krypton, about like what happened with her, before, essentially Krypton blew up and shit. So like I feel like the trailer didn't do a good job in like, because it wasn't serious, it was very fun and upbeat. Whereas like it wasn't really serious. Like I don't know. Like I said, like the mood didn't feel right for me. I thought it was going to be a bit more depressing because isn't that why she's like drinking a lot? Is because she's like depressed or whatever from her memories with Krypton blowing up and stuff. Because she saw it all happen. Like she wasn't a baby. She was like 5, 8. When that happened, she was no, I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know. But with that being said, I think I'm gonna probably wrap it up today. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Uh, yeah, I know there were some people who didn't show up, but it's fine. I'm sure they will watch it later and they'll comment and say, I can't believe I missed it. And I'll be like, well, we all got lives, right? We're all busy, we all got responsibilities these days and stuff like that. And that is one of the reasons why I haven't been doing a lot, because I've just been so busy with work and stuff. Gotta go back to work tomorrow. So, but yeah, I know. I'm sure I'll keep my eyes out for Spider-Man, Avengers, and I'll maybe make a video or I'll do another stream. We'll talk about it if anything finally comes out for those stuff. And I'll think about maybe some games we can play, maybe, or stuff like that. So I'll do some brainstorming. All right, Boxer. See you, man. See you at work. Yeah. What do you mean? This is like my part-time job. I just don't get paid. All right. Well, that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me here tonight. And with that being said, I'm out of here. Up and away. See you guys.